What is going on, everyone? Anthony Drew Gary here, host of The How To Show, where we talk about optimizing life, money, and happiness, one how to at a time. This video is going to be released on Christmas Day, so I want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And I thought it would be fun to take a trip down memory lane and look at the last decade overall and to see how life has changed a little bit. I also want to extend that opportunity to you. Talk to me in the comments. Tell me what's happened in your life in the last 10 years. What's made you excited? What's made you fearful, happy, or sad? What's made you grow? I want to hear from you guys on this because I know everybody's got a story worth telling. Now, I could roll through each year one by one, but I think it would be way more fun to show some pictures. Hopefully I don't embarrass myself too much here. When this decade started, it was 2010. I was a sophomore in college, and I was studying architecture, trying to figure out what it would mean to pursue a career in that field. In 2011, I started taking construction management courses, and that started to open my eyes to the reality that I could end up in a career adjacent to my major. I also had the pleasure of sharing a 6-person housing suite with some great guys. You know, the formative years of college. In 2012, I graduated from college, but that was also the year that I was a resident assistant, which dramatically decreased the amount of student debt that I had leaving college. A lot of the stuff in the How to Pay for College series really happened to me, and I spent the second half of that year interning for an architecture firm. In 2013, after a brief stint in graduate school, I started my first career-type job, and I also met and started dating Ashley. You will meet her soon in a future video. I'm betting you are already liking her more than me. In 2014, I bought a house for the first time, and I brought in roommates. That's referred to as house hacking, and I'll go into that story more in a video soon about how to get started in real estate investing. In 2015, I asked Ashley to marry me. We went to the Cheesecake Factory. Then we ran downtown to pick up a project for my office that I was working on. Ashley thought it was for work. It was really a book of our story. I read it to her on a park bench downtown, and she said yes. In 2016, Ashley and I got married. Ashley moved in with me, and we started life together. In 2017, we became landlords by moving out of our first house and into our second. More to come on that. We also brought home a puppy. Her name's Lola, and she's fantastic. In 2018, I started my MBA in the evenings. I also made a career change and a pivot into a different sector of commercial real estate. And in 2019, I started my YouTube channel. But much more importantly, I became a dad with the birth of our first daughter. So far, so good there. It's been a total whirlwind, and I think she likes me on most days. As I look back over the past 10 years, there's been an overarching feeling that I get, and it's one of gratitude. Now, you could say that I just shared my highlight reel, but there have certainly been some low points to counterbalance each one of those highlights. And during this sort of reflection, it made me wonder about things like whether or not me from 2010 would be proud of me of 2019. And I would like to think so, but this is a healthy exercise to help keep me from becoming complacent or stale or anything like that. And maybe it's helpful for you as well, maybe not, but I'm just bringing it from the heart tonight. Looking back on the past 10 years, I know I couldn't have done a lot of those things without a ton of help. And I'll be saying this in videos probably until I stop making them, but you are the average of the 5 people that you spend your time with, and I'm incredibly thankful that many of the same people that I spent time with in 2010 are still the folks I spend time with now. And so if you don't have a support system in your life like that, it's my hope and wish for you that that starts to materialize in the upcoming years. The older I get, the more I realize that relationships are important to me, more so than any of my material possessions. Cherish the relationships in your life. If you're watching this on or around the time it was released, it's Christmas time, and I think it's important to take some time to celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ. If you're not familiar with that story, or if you don't have a relationship with Jesus, I urge you to check out the Gospel of Luke, found in the New Testament of the Bible. You may want to even add this to your goals for 2020. Luke has 24 chapters in it, and so this is a great way to introduce yourself one day at a time in the month of December. And so by the time Christmas rolls around, you'll have made it through the entire story of Jesus, and you'll be better intertwined with what happened there and why it should be important to you in your life. Reading through the 24 chapters of Luke is something that I'm excited to do with my family and, more importantly, my daughter in 2020, as it's going to be something that we're going to add to our goals. Now, next week, I'm going to be talking about goal planning for 2020, so stay tuned for that video. All right, that brings this special Christmas episode of the How To Show to a close. If you haven't already smashed that like button, you know it's not too late. Be sure to subscribe to my channel so that you can be the first to know about new content coming out each week. And if you have an idea or a topic for the How To Show to cover, please share it as a comment. Until next time, this is Anthony Drew Gary, host of the How To Show, signing off.